Okay, we are now recording. So, this is the playtest. This is a playtest of the game that my group have been working on this month. This is our kind of final playtest, and this aim of this playtest is actually for a smaller map versus the big ones that we've been working with. Okay. So, to break down the pieces real quick for you, this is you. The white piece is the player. This will be the monster. You can only see the monster when it's within 2 spaces of you. However, you can hear the general direction of where it is within about 5 spaces. Okay. The red is standing in for a key. The yellows will be items like tools or stones or stuff in general, like small things that you can pick up and throw to distract the monster. The green will be basically health packs or med kits or something to give you a point of health back. And blues are your objectives. These are journal entries, notes, basically just information is what we're going after with this. Okay. So the player is able to move 4 spaces. You're able to dash twice in the entire game, which doubles your movement, but it causes you to only be able to move 2 spaces the next turn. And remember, you can only dash twice. Yeah. I'll actually explain the reasoning for that in just a second. You are also only able to hold a total of 3 items. The blue items, the objectives, do not count to that total. So you can hold 2 med packs and a distractible thing, or you can have both the things to distract the monster with in 1 med pack. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. The key is also counted as one of those. Or is not counted as one of those, sorry. It is technically, the key is grouped in with the blue because it is technically an object. Or an objective. Okay. So, to give a little bit of world building of why you're here, what you're doing, and who you are as a player. So, the character's name is Boris. He is a Soviet-era scientist sent into Chernobyl to determine what exactly caused the disaster to happen. There's also been rumors of... No. There's also been rumors of a strange monster or a strange creature wandering about.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I know, I'm trying to keep an eye on the cat too.
Me too.
So far to this degree of where you're at now, the information that you have found in a factory and basically an outdoorsy type zone in a dormitory has kind of led you to this address, which is a townhouse down in the suburbs of Chernobyl. Okay. Also, as I've said, you're in Chernobyl after the reactor meltdown. You're only able to really move so fast because you're wearing a heavy lead-lined suit to protect you from the environment. There's still a lot of radiation in the air, and you have actually already run into pockets of radiation that was able to penetrate through your suit. So, to start out, you're currently walking into the townhouse. No. And you're basically here just to look around, see if you can figure out what's going on in this townhouse and why this was significant.
Okay. What is the red line?
The red line is a locked door.
Okay. That's what you need the key for.
Yes.
Okay.
And as you move through the rooms, basically we're kind of imitating line of sight here. As you move into rooms, the items that are in that room will appear to you. Yeah. There are little sections that you can't see, like for instance these here. You have to walk to here for both of those to kind of come out. Also, before I forget, the blue here are places where you can hide. So you can move into those, and the monster cannot see you. Okay. The green, you can't move into it, but it breaks the line of sight. Yeah. And didn't want to kind of mark it down as walls because this right here is more of like an island in the kitchen island. Yeah. This is a freestanding cabinet thing, really decorative, and the rest we'll get to later.
Okay. So what do I do?
So you have 4 spaces of movement, and you can dash, which gives you a total of 8, but makes you move 2 the next turn.
No, Teddy.
And you're free to explore. For you to be able to leave this place, or to be able to accomplish your goal, you have to find all of the objectives, which for this is 3, and make it back out.
Okay. So 2, 3.
4.
Yeah, 4. I was debating on whether I want. Do you have to move 4 each time, or can you move up to 4?
You move up to 4.
Okay.
And actually,
Tell me
real
now.
quick, because I was distracted, I'm gonna put you back to here, so you still have 2 movements, spaces of movement. There is a health pack right there next to you.
Okay. If I pick it up, do I have to use it then, or can I save it?
That goes into your inventory where you can have 3 items.
Okay. I'll take the health pack.
Oh, also, you only have 3 HP.
Like at all, like total.
Total, yes. 3 HP total. You have 3 currently. You can't go over, and if you go to 0...
3 is the max.
Yes.
Okay. Teddy, come on. Lay down.
And you'll figure out later whether...
Did that count as a move, picking that up?
Just going onto it is the movement. Picking it up does not take away from movement.
Okay.
So you still have 1 more space of movement.
But you have to go onto it to pick it up.
Yes.
Okay. You can't be next to it and pick it up.
Nope.
Okay, so I have 1 more space of movement.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you go diagonally?
No, you cannot.
Sir.
Only laterally.
Oh my god!
The animals.
Oh, he's not gonna like that.
Oh, he's Tubby Two Shoes. He'll be
I'm
fine.
okay.
Okay.
No. No!
Go ahead and move.
I did.
Yeah, I'm saying you can go ahead and move
move
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move.
This is going to be very fast
No!
paced. This is going to be very fast paced. It is meant to mimic real time.
Wait, I did 3.
Okay.
Right there.
So you do see a little item right over here. It's a little...
What's the yellow?
That is what you can use to throw to distract the monster.
Okay.
You can throw these up to 5 spaces. And as you enter the room, you see off to your left, in front of you, next to a big standing TV stand that has huge walk-in areas on the other side of it. And to the left of it, you kind of see a crystal ball sitting up onto a shelf.
Okay. I'm gonna ignore it for now.
Okay.
And that's my 4th.
All right. Go ahead. I think she might be getting ear mites. So, you do hear a crashing sound coming from where you came in. Doesn't sound like a door bashed down. Sounds like something outside broke.
Okay.
And it does sound like it was coming towards you, not going by.
Okay.
So you are free to move again.
Choose.
Stop. We see another health pack right here. It was obscured by the counter island, or the kitchen island.
So that was 3.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4.
You do not hear anything at this moment. All you hear is the creaking of the house.
Okay.
And some animals outside kind of going crazy and then suddenly silent. You're free to move again. Alright, you just passed the threshold to actually be able to see another thing. And this time, it's actually a hammer sitting on the ground. There's a hole in the wall up above where the hammer's sitting. Looked like they were trying to claw their way out.
Oh, Teddy, get him down there. Lay down. Damn, girl.
Okay, so you went into this room here. You are able to see on a little nightstand right here. Looks like a diary.
Is that a bed?
Yes, that is a
Something
bed. You
something
can
you
hide
hide
it.
in.
Yeah, you can hide underneath it.
Under the blanket?
And you all hear something through the walls. Can't really quite understand what it is. It's like a mushy liquid sound. Just
Ugh. Okay.
you continue hearing that sound as it kind of reverberates through as it's moving through.
Okay.
And then it fades out.
Got the diary. So this doesn't count towards my...
That does not count towards your total items now. That is just an objective item.
So what does the diary tell me?
So the diary is of the wife of a scientist who worked at Chernobyl. The scientist, or this diary from the wife, basically kind of goes on, basically over the last year, documenting how her husband started acting strange, more secretive. Best you can gather out of this diary, in the loose little bits that it gets from her husband, he was put as the head engineer and head scientist of a really strange experiment over there at Chernobyl.
Okay. So I have one more move from the 4. And then I'll do my 4.
Okay. Okay, so you're actually here through the wall. Which way are you facing, real quick? That way? So you hear to your left, so this way, through the wall. Sounds like something is kind of scooting across that kitchen island that you went by, and you can hear stuff being knocked off.
Okay.
And that liquidy plumping sound has come back.
Okay. Now I'm facing that way.
As you turn around, you see something not of this world. It looks solid, but liquid at the same time. Has an oil sheen color to it, but at the same time it looks like refracting glass. It looks at you like it doesn't even know why you're here or what you are. But you can tell it doesn't like you.
So it can see me.
Yes.
So throwing something to distract it's probably not going to work right now.
Actually, it does. The way we have it set is that when you throw one of the items, the monster has to go after it.
Oh, so it's kind of like a vampire and spilling rice.
Yes.
Okay.
Except it's more of the movement of it. It's not that. It's looking at you. Like, if you stand still, it'll still go after you, but if you throw something, it's going to track it instead.
Okay.
Predatory instinct.
And I can throw it up to 5 spaces?
5 spaces, including straight past it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes. You can also throw it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or actually, technically, it's 1, 2. Basically, anything in this radius. So you can throw it into here, you can throw it in there. Basically, the monster ignores you until it goes up to that item, spends a turn investigating / consuming it, and then it'll turn back and go back to what it was doing.
Okay, I'm gonna throw it in here then. So 1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay. So you are able to go ahead and do your movement.
Can I
The
go
monster
past?
moves after you.
Okay, so I can go past it, fine.
In this instance, no.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here.
Yes. Okay.
2, 3, 4.
The monster disappears from sight.
Okay.
You can hear it clamoring through a door. And then...
Assuming that it's possibly following the sound of the thrown item.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see anything in this room?
Yes, you do, actually. You see a key hanging off the edge of the bathtub.
It's a really place for a key.
And when you peer into the bathtub, there's no water in it, but there's a black grime. Don't really know where it came from, and you
Yeah,
also
but I could hide in that bathtub. I don't think I want to get in that bathtub.
and you also see some small bones. They're not animalistic bones either.
They look human.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
they're small human bones.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab the key. That's 3. And I guess 4. I'll go back here.
So I'm going to go ahead and remove this because it has spent its turn consuming that, or looking at it. Oops. And the next thing you hear is a huge crack Sounds like wood splintering, fabric tearing.
Did it break the bed?
Mm-hmm.
How can you hide there if it can break it that easy?
You can no longer hide here.
Yeah. So what's the point in hiding there to begin with?
So, the way we've been playing it right now is if the player is underneath it, the monster will ignore it. I know it's janky,
It's janky AF.
but that's how we're running it right now because we have no other real way of doing it at the moment.
Okay. So it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So you can hear it moving in that room.
Yeah.
You can also hear more of the fabric being shred,
Okay.
but not as if it's like digging into it and shredding it. It's more like sounds like somebody trying to walk through it and getting caught on it.
Okay. Can I move again?
Yes. So as you walk by, you hear that tearing fabric sound, and you also hear some metal screeching as well. It fades out, and then you hear behind you.
Does it have feet or does it scooch across the floor?
Kind of both. It's an eldritch horror, so you actually really don't know.
Okay. Can it hurt the health potion that's left in there?
No. Okay. Hold on just a second. I'm gonna push you back to here, so you still have one space of movement. Over here, you see a file that is marked top secret. Just
What
kind of
is this
sitting
room?
on. So it's a master bedroom,
Okay.
and there's a file. And there's a like I said, like I was saying, on there on a dresser there is a file labeled as top secret. Next to it, or technically underneath it, is what looks like another like, not a diary, but more of a logbook.
So does that count as two blue things or one?
One.
Okay.
They're together.
So I have one more space under.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do I hear anything?
You hear porcelain crack and creak, and then suddenly a shatter.
Okay.
And you no longer hear anything except for some distant echoes, but you can't make it out.
Okay.
So you're free to move it.
2 spaces. Alright, what does that tell me?
So, which do you want to look at first? The top secret file or the
The one
logbook?
on top.
Alright. The top secret file, when you open it and glance down at it, and then you're in your hurry, you realize that this was the plans for the experiment that the head researcher was assigned to. And kind of the thought kind of goes through your mind, why was the wife's diary in the other room?
Yeah, in the spare bedroom.
Mm-hmm. As you glance through the files, and just since you also have a background in physics and the theoretical sciences, you realize what they were trying to do.
Which
They were
is?
trying to make a time machine
Okay.
using the nuclear reactor in Chernobyl as a fuel source.
What about the other thing?
So, you set the file down, or actually kind of just tuck it away. You look at the logbook, you open it up. First, like, quarter of it is basically just entries of materials needed, plans, not a whole lot to really look at. About halfway through, you start seeing really, like, crazy chicken scratch. Like, the researcher was going back and you can clearly see that he wasn't all there. As you
So
read
is
through
it-
it,
So as it goes on, it gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
so as you're reading through it, you start being able to actually make some sense of these notes. And he's talking about people in his life. And it seems like he's almost gone schizophrenic Like he's talking to somebody that doesn't actually exist and has multiple
I would
personalities.
not use the word schizophrenic.
Either way, it's clear that he wasn't talking to somebody that actually existed. And at the end of the notebook, or at the end of the book, you actually find out why the wife's diary was in there. They started to separate.
Okay. Does it say why?
Nope. Just, you can tell, basically, he ends up saying something along the lines of his wife no longer loves him. And it's just like that weird, crazy chicken scratch, like somebody frantically writing it down. And that he can no longer trust her.
Okay. Do I hear anything?
Let's see, you only hear echoes still.
Okay.
You only hear echoes. Right? You are standing in front of a locked door. It almost looks like a closet door would be, but it has a padlock on it for some reason.
Okay, well, I got the key.
Yep. You want to unlock it and go inside?
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and take your next turn. Okay, so you have...
I got one more movement left for that. I have one more movement left.
Yep. So, because you walked far enough forward, there's a book falling up there. There's a health pack there.
And I still have to get out of the house, right?
Yes. You have to go out the same way.
So one more piece of movement there. Do I hear anything?
You do hear something coming in behind you. It's not in the room, it's in the previous bedroom.
Okay.
You don't hear anything breaking, just your movement.
Okay. 2, 3. What's this book say?
So that book was a book from basically Einstein's theory of relativity. As you're looking through it, there's just a bunch of notes scrawled through the pages. You can also see that there are some other notes and theories brought in from other scientists well known, especially a few very key researchers from the Soviet Union.
Like written in the margin? Like written in the margin?
Yeah, written in the margin. You also papers kind of folded in. Okay. Effectively, it is the research on how to make the time machine work.
Why Einstein? Oh, I guess it makes sense. Okay. I got one more movement. No, I don't. Okay.
It busts through the door straight in front of you. It doesn't look like it's looking at you this time. But at the same time, you can't really exactly tell. So, you see it, I'm going to say you glance it here, moving this way. You can hear it shuffling around behind that bookcase.
So it's out of, it doesn't have line of sight?
No.
Okay. I'm going to grab this.
Okay. So, you only hear it really kind of shuffling around. So, you can hear it kind of run back through here and then it's coming back.
Oh wait, I have one more movement. Here.
So it's kind of the same thing. You don't see it, you only hear it kind of shuffling around. Almost like it's looking for something.
Probably the book. Okay, so I've got 4 movement.
Yes. As you pass by, you see it right there. That was me, Teddy.
So I've got 4 more movement.
Mm-hmm.
What's here? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So you hide, and technically, because these are supposed to happen at the same time, you see the monster here, and then just disappear. As it kind of trails off, going somewhere else when you hide.
Okay. So I'm hiding, so I can't see it anymore.
Yes.
Okay.
You can hear it going off in this direction. And also, you are able to wait if you want to. You don't have to move.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. You do make out that it's left the room.
Okay.
You don't know where exactly it went, but it has left the room.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do I hear it now?
You do not hear it. You don't
Not
hear any
echoes or
movement.
anything? Okay.
No, you just hear creaking of the house.
Do I hear anything now?
Just some slight dripping.
Great. 3, 4. What about now?
As you're looking for it, it lands right next to you.
Okay.
You couldn't hear it because it was standing there waiting.
Mm-hmm. Break line of sight.
So the way our rules are, it chases to the last known point and then goes back onto its patrol. So you no longer see it, but you can hear it moving around, going back up to where it was.
Okay.
And you were here,
I was there, yeah.
so then it went 1, 2, and then moved back.
Okay. I'm gonna stay there and wait.
Okay. When you see it, oh, step out of range.
Okay.
It didn't see you.
I am going to dash. If I wait a turn, does that count as my 2 movement?
Yes, technically, because you're just having. So you're
Okay.
dashing with a lead lance suit. You're just having to take your turn to catch your breath.
Yeah.
But we didn't want to make you immobile.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So what was that path you took?
Oh
real
wait,
quick?
I can't hold this.
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
You can swap out the item.
That's okay. So I was here.
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So which path did you take? This way?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So you actually passed it, standing right there.
Okay.
And it was moving this way.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. You hear basically wood splintering, crashing.
Okay. If it hits me, how much damage is it gonna do?
1.
Okay, that's fine. Can make it out before then. Alright, now I got 4. No, I'm gonna grab one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Do I hear anything?
You hear it come back through that foyer door. And you can
So
hear
it's
that
right
it's
here?
in front of you. Pretty much,
It's somewhere around here.
Yeah. Somewhere in this area.
So I basically pick this up and put this down right here.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna throw this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
And pick this back up.
You gonna move?
No.
You're just gonna stand there?
It's gonna chase the thing I threw.
Yeah. So
it's
you're not
fine.
gonna move.
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I can move past it and it still won't chase me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You see it here, and then disappears into the darkness, and then you can hear it come through that doorway.
And it did smash the crystal. Do I hear that?
Not yet.
Okay.
Now you do.
Now it smashes the
Yeah, it takes its next turn to investigate, like eat what it was. I'll explain where that came from later.
Am I moving again?
Yes.
I'm out.
Well.
You didn't have to use any help.
Yeah, tried to set up the level to force like clashes with the player and the monster, but the player
I'm really good at evading.
Exactly, but that's good though, because like if somebody with the lower skill level who didn't have enough foresight to think like, oh, like it could stand still potentially, would have just walked into there and then had it follow it.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, the way you take damage in this is if the monster and the player is there, the player takes its movement, and then the monster lands there again. That's when you take a point of health.
Okay. Right here.
And also, In previous iterations, we kind of split this last couple of playtests. The health packs were actually little squids. We called Squiblos. And it was basically something from the Eldritch Horror site, but cute instead. And the influence of the monster drove you to want to consume it. Which, when you consumed it, it kind of purified you in a way. And it kind of makes you feel better. But you also could throw it to make the monster consume it instead. But we decided to split it up there at the last couple months to kind of see how it goes. So, any questions, comments, concerns, any suggestions?
I think it's pretty good.
That's it? You just think it's pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer this to be like this kind of size of level? Would this be like a one-off type thing you'd want to see? Or would you like to see more of this? Or would you prefer just big maps the entire way through?
I like having smaller maps and big maps.
Okay. So like more of like a even distribution?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
So you can choose which, if you want to do a big map or a small map.
Yeah. For the replayability.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you want to add that you can think of before I end the video?
No.
No?
I sent you a message.
Alright. I'll take a look at it when I get it back.
Okay, that's good.
Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and